And let's enter Middle Earth. So, the depending on the race you choose,
While
you
about
actually
to
choose.
begin your long day of work at the Silver Deep Mine, an old man beckons for you to come near. He is a close advisor of Thorin Oakenshield, the master of these halls. What could he have to say to a simple miner such as yourself?
Awesome. So this starts you out. It starts with tips on the side. You use WASD to move, like it's really common. And depending on the race you choose, you get a slightly different intro. So dwarves and elves have the same intro, and men and hobbits have the same intro. And then uh, Beornings have a unique intro, as do high elves once you unlock them, and the stout axe dwarves.
Will you humor an old man and walk with me for a spell?
So if you to choose, you can just right click on person or an object you want to interact with, and that's how you start quests. And so let's go. Let's see, is LOTRO playable for free in 2024? And one of the default keys to switch between walking and running is the insert key. Press that and then you walk instead of run. So let's follow Gandalf. You see Dwalin and Balin, the two brothers who helped Bilbo and Thorin in their quest to retake the Lonely Mountain.
13 will not do.
So we are picking up right at as Thorin and company are about to set off to start the Lonely Mountain. Thorin will not like my choice because I'm choosing. We'll get there eventually. A burger hobbit. Choosing Bilbo Baggins. So the intro takes off right as we're about to sound them off to the Lonely Mountain. We, however, do not get that intro. It's just setting the timeline for things for us. There's Glowin, so there's Gimli and Glowin. And it is pronounced Glowin, not Gloin like they say in the movies. The Tolkien professor has done a lot of pronunciation guides. Corey Olson does a lot of pronunciation guides, and we know that based on the the Tolkien's kids would make fun of the dwarf names, and they called it changed the names to like Glowin and Blowin instead of Owen and Glowin. And middle school boys would have definitely used groin if that's how it was pronounced. So Corey Olson and lots of other people believe that it should be pronounced glowin and not gloin, like they say in the movie. So I'm going to say glowin. And we get to talk to Gormr Dowersmith. All right, young one, you have dilly-dallied long enough. You ought to get back now. Hasn't your foreman given you enough to do? So we search the satchel, right click on it, and select it all. Then we press I to open the inventory. I'm going to move them over here so they're not blocking as much. And then we are going to equip them both because we're a champion, so we can. And then we get to fight Gimli.
Have you equipped your weapon yet?
Yes, I have. And then fight him. So, with that, keep attacking. But you also have skill routines. 1, 2, and 4. We go into the mines. Let's talk to Gimli again.
We've got to clear out all these miners.
So we've got to clear out all these miners. A shaking tunnel is never a good sign, and we could even feel it outside. Quickly, Thorin, you take this passage straight ahead, and I'll go off into the side passage. So he's going off into the side passage. We have to wait a little bit because we're going to warn the miners to get out of here. Said I was interrupted because I was falling after I'd chosen to interact with him. So we have the order to clear out? Good. If I didn't know better, I'd think there was a troll romping around the mountain. There is one miner left down this way. Let's go fetch him. Vister. So as you'll quickly find with this game, it's very cinematic and very quest and exploration focused. And while there is a lot of combat, you will fight mobs and just go through areas, and you'll have to fight lots of enemies and NPCs. It's still very quest based, and some of the quests are you just go and talk to people, and then it'll have a bunch of stuff like this where it's almost like a movie. Very cinematic. So this happens quite often in the game. So if you're expecting something where it's very heavy combat based, there will be a lot of combat. You can't use the combat to level up though. I mean, you could, I guess, in theory, but it would just take way too long. Whereas completing quests gives you a lot more of your experience. You are a champion, are you not, Thorin? You must help Gimli. Well, I am a champion. You must be quick. I don't know how long Gimli can keep that troll busy before the beast overpowers him. Follow me. Remember that door that was locked? Well, guess what? It's unlocked now. Because plot. And wouldn't you know, the tunnel collapsed. So we're gonna have to go the long way around. Very stereotypical of video games to do this type of thing. So there's a dwarf corpse on the ground that we should investigate. And it... Okay. Then we just keep going. Cave claws. Oh, see, I got experience. But if you can see down here, I got 8 experience, and it's gonna... I need 100 to level up. And it gets even less as you get higher levels. Okay, so we defeated them pretty easily. We're gonna have to go through and rearrange our skills, I think. I don't know if they're in a good order. See, very cinematic. Oh, and there's Gandalf. Gandalf and Gormr, Smith. What's this shiny thing on the ground that we can't select? We'll find out. There, now we found it. Okay. So when they have the orange ring above their head, that means that that's how you keep the quest going. Can start a quest or continue quest. They have the blue ring. That means you can talk to him about the
Let us
quest.
away.
So I hope this is not an ill omen for my father's journey with Thorin.
You
Continue the
found
quest.
the body of a dwarf, did you?
Finish now.
75 years after the death of Thorin, his halls in the Blue Mountains have fallen under the rule of the Dourhand clan. Tribute from Thorin's halls has ceased, and King Dain of the Lonely Mountain has dispatched Lord Dwalin and a company of dwarves to uncover the cause.
So, we are now advanced 75 years into the future after well, 60 years after The Hobbit, but 75 years after the events of the intro. So this is the part where the dwarves and the elves, actually, their storyline crosses here, and whether you're a dwarf or an elf, you will be going through the same quests for the rest of the introduction.
I have come to offer my service to this party of elves.
So let's accept the quest and keep going with the intro. There's some more quest guiding system. So up here in the mini map shows where the quests are. But before we do, let's look at the skills and see what order to put them in. So the blade wall does 2 attacks with a minimum damage of 15 and a maximum of 20. This requires 2 fervor. So as we attack, we add fervor, which is over here. This requires 2 fervor. This adds 1 to fervor, and this doesn't. And so these 2 add fervor. So we're gonna probably want to go something like this, so we can use 1 and then control 1. 8 to 11, 6. So this is a minimum of 14 to 19. And this one does 3 attacks. So we're going to want to get that one as soon as possible. Actually, we might do something like this. So we can just hit 1, 2, 3 as we attack, and then control 1. Okay, let's continue the quest.
It is interesting that the dwarves arrived when we did, though we came for different purposes.
So, to finish the quest, we can't, because we have to select a quest item. Sometimes you don't have to select, sometimes you do, but because we're a champion, we can wear heavy armor. We're going to wear heavy armor and choose a heavy armor.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Yep,
My
so I was
father
just
is
telling
great
Scott.
among the wise, and his dreams and foretellings do not often stray from the mark.
So let's accept the quest, and then since we had the armor, so inventory management, I know, you already told me, and then you click right click to equip it. And one other thing about LOTRO is you will run out of inventory space really fast. So if we look up here in this corner, we can see that there's the ring that tells us where we need to go. We can click on it to select it from there, or we can run over and right click.
Maid of Onan, what do you make of this riddle?
So we continue the quest. And the other one is over here that we have to talk to.
I was the one who led the party here, but there is a slight flaw in my thinking.
And Skorgrím is, as most of you can probably guess, I will try to avoid spoilers for the game, not the books and movies, because they've been out for 50, 60 years. The Hobbit's been out for almost 100.
Why did Dorolas lead us here? Skorgrím is dead.
Okay, let's do the heavy armor again, because we're a champion. Finish now. Cool, so we leveled up, which means we have a trait, which I will show you, and class traits. So I will show you those. So we got the chainmail, but then, so if you hit J, it brings up the traits. And first thing you have to do is, actually this is telling us that we need a specialization. So we can just exit out of that, but so there's 3 trait trees you can choose from. There's a blue one, a red one, and a yellow one. The blue is for the champion is going to be a tank. They can take a lot of damage. The berserker is going to deal the damage, and the yellow does AoE attacks, or area of effect. And a lot of times with most classes, the red is going to be your attacking, the one that's going to be do the highest damage output. The yellow is going to be a lot of times the support one. But because we are going to be going through this solo, we're going to spec 2, choose a berserker, and then we have 1 available point to spend. So because we chose red, we can spend 1 available point in the red line, but if we want, we could choose yellow or blue, but it would take 2 trait points. And this is racial traits. We don't have any unlocked yet. And then virtue traits, we're going to do that. I will put a link in the description. I haven't done much with the champion, but there is a champion guide that I will link in the description. The guide says we should go with valor, wit, confidence, zeal, and then determination in that order, which are the ones we have. So valor we want to start earning this right away, because we will unlock these 5 faster than we earn the 5 down here. So then we go back here and then hit apply. And so now as we do deeds and quests and things, we will start earning our experience toward valor, and then once we reach level 1, then we can bring it up here and start using it. Right now it'll cap at 2 levels, but that'll change as we level up. We can earn higher and higher levels. So let's talk to the champion trainer, who's over here.
Sweet-eyed Melon, will you stay a moment?
Okay. So let's look down here and see. So because these cost fervor, I'm going to put them up here. And then devastating strike, 2 attacks. That one's 1 attack, so we're going to go as 2 to fervor. So wait, devastating strike. Devastating strike, there it is. So it's going to be 3. So find a training dummy over here. Open tapping. So that's just telling you down here, so you can auto attack on. And then we'll hit 3. I think I was too far away. So we have to wait for the cooldown, and we'll try it again. Oh, never mind. Let's talk to the champion trainer. Savage Strike. I was doing Devastating Strike, wasn't I? I don't know how to read. There we go. I just don't know how to read.
Sweet-eyed Melon.
So I'm going to do a Worn Hand Axe for now, because I can, and I automatically get the Tarnished Blade, and I get to choose one of these. I chose the Worn Hand Axe. So let's equip it. Tarnished Blade. And if you press C, it brings up your character panel. So I'm going to want to make sure actually, we're going to move this one into my offhand, and this one my dominant hand. I don't know if that's true or not. my weapon.
You have a true warrior's heart.
Okay. So as you can see here, it's pointing us which way to go. So we'll go in that general direction. You can also press M to bring up the map. That'll show you where to go. But now we're going to go through the city of Ethelion. And this, if you chose the elf as your race, this is the intro you have, whereas ours was going into the caves and discovering Skorgrim's body. If you're an elf, you actually see Skorgrim and the dwarves attack Ethelion.
I do not think I have the will to go back into that place.
I'm lucky to be alive after the injuries I have bore the day Ethelion fell. I do not think I have the will to go back into the place. It's only a shadow form of glory now. Only pain remains. So now we get to talk to Nathriel.
I was here when Ethelion fell.
There's one more to talk to, I think.
What can I do for you? Stay a moment.
So we finished the quest. We got some consumables. The green restores your morale, and blue your power. Let's accept, and I'm gonna have to defeat pests as you seek Skorgrim's body. So let's go down. So we're gonna have to go back out of this city. And back out of the city and down here. Which now I get to show you. You could follow the path all the way around, but that's a long ways. The other option, oh yeah, there's stairs over here. But we'll get to see how fall damage works. So here it works a little bit differently. It doesn't immediately hurt you, but it does slow you down for a few seconds. Unless you fall, unless it's a far enough height that you die, in which case you just die. Okay, then I think we have to go into the Silver Deep Mine. Which is where we were, and we have to defeat pests, so... Oh, right. Pending loot. Most of it isn't great, so we won't worry about it. Some of it's good. A lot of it you don't actually really need. Unless it's for your profession. Because you can... That's how you get, like, hides and things that you need. Oh. LOTRO store has a wide variety of things. That's where you get things. So you do get LOTRO coins for things. Especially finishing deeds and things. Which you... Okay. I defeated 4 of them. So I can just keep going. And then, so you don't have to spend real money to play this game. A very large percentage of this game, it can be unlocked through LOTRO coins. Oh, I have a red flower. Let's examine one. Quest item. Quest. Most of these items are stored in your quest log. So, Shell to bring it up. Introduction. That's what I was talking about. And now bring the flower to Eladan. So now we get to go pretty much back to the beginning. Which, while we're on the way back. As I was getting ready to play the game, Eladan and Elro here are Elrond's two sons. They're twins. They were born at the beginning of the Third Age. They're about 3,000 years old at this point. And it was actually Third Age 130. And Eladan comes from the two words elf and man. So El, meaning elf, and where am I going? This way. And Adan, meaning man, which you see in Aragorn's name, Dunedain. So that's where you get Eladan. And then Elro here comes from elf, El for elf, and knight, as in like a horse warrior, like in Rohirrim. So like a knight, so like it comes from Rohir, like in Rohirrim. And so Elrohir means elf knight or elf horse warrior, and Eladan means elf man.
That is a vile little flower, and one I have not seen before.
Cool. Let's get the heavy armor boots.
Red flowers
Will you lend
leading
me
a
a-
trail of blood through the snow.
Cool. Except I'll remember to put the chainmail boots on. And so this is one of the best ways to... I don't know how I didn't take fall damage there. But here we go, we have to go to the very beginning of the trail. And just examine every flower along the way. If you click it and then hit U for use, then you'll do it on autopilot. See if we can find the next flower. It's not letting you click it ahead of time though. So you have to wait till it's done. Follow the trail of flowers. And now we have to talk to Trigwy.
Look what the Dour Hands have done to this place.
Which I get the woven foot.
Down yonder is Gormr, the steward appointed by Thorin before he left.
You are the well-spoken one in our party, Thorin. Might you go speak to them? Yeah, I guess. Okay. We get to go speak to the Dour Hands. And as you can see, his name is Red. He's a level 10, and so if I tried to fight him, I would probably get my butt kicked. Which is why his name is Red. Now, this one's yellow, because I can't attack. Gormr Dowrsmith. Remember him?
Have you come to pay your respects at Skorgrím's tomb?
Finish now.
No one is to gain admittance to Skorgrím's tomb.
Okay. Also, we have side quest available.
You should pay your respects to Skorgrím.
Okay, so we'll accept that. Because both of them are in the same place, in Rockbelly Pit. So, defeat pests at Rockbelly Pit. Ah, hey look, there's one of the ritual stones. So we can knock out 2 quests with one go. Okay, I don't need to kill any more bats. And there's the last one. So, let's take the shortcut down. A menacing looking statue has been raised. Okay. And now we get to leave. Now let's turn in both quests.
Ah, these are the very stones we need.
Not bad for a Longbeard. Lord Gormr was right. You are not our enemy. Our loyalty to the Dour Hands will not be forgotten. Your loyalty to the Dour Hands will not be forgotten. So I get to choose one. Do we have... Yes, I think this is two-handed axe. No, one-handed. I really want to base it on Gimli, so I really want to find a two-handed axe eventually. 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. It's all 3 to 4, so it doesn't really matter.
What do you want?
We'll get the leggings. So you walked in her shrine, did you? As you can see, the Dour Hands' reverence of our king is very great. The Longbeards and Elves do not understand such loyalties. This was perhaps a good lesson for you. Do not go away just yet. I'm sure you can think of more tasks to occupy you while you trespass, eh, Thorin and Phil?
It will be a busy day
Leveled
for
up
all
again.
my folk.
So, leveled up again. New skills available. Every level. Okay, June. So, see, I haven't earned any XP towards Valor yet. But, see, so I have 2. Right now I have 2 points available. So I could choose one from either blue or yellow. But I'm going to keep going in the red line for a while. 2, so that increases my and wild attack damage. Blade wall, wild attack. So I do use that one a lot. So both of these are going to be good. I'm going to choose one of each. Oops. Okay, so talk to Dwalin and tell him of Gormr's plan for the ritual. Which, bring up the map. I can see that he is here. So, while this game does, we will see a lot of characters from the book, such as Elrond and Elrond here, and we do get to interact a lot with the Fellowship. We are going to be following a parallel path to them, not necessarily straight from the game, so we're not going to be helping them directly in every instance, but we do get to interact with them a lot. But because of that, they did invent some characters, such as Skorgrím, who is only in the game, not in the books at all. So the Dour Hands have brought in this group. So
Thank goodness you're here.
cool. So I get some fried mushrooms, which is a consumable, which adds agility.
Look, all of these dwarves are sick, dying.
So let's see. I didn't put those on yet. Consumables, so I'll put it there. Organize my inventory a little bit. Cool. So we get to examine the strange soil and collect samples from sick bears. And I will get an old ring. Well, he has a little extra never hurts. This,
Will you help me?
if you do it, if you haven't done it before on your account, then you will get one where you have to go to the LOTRO store and buy it. It gives you the points you need. And then you can do part 1 and 2.
What do you want?
And then it gives you, oops, it's here. Mount a little extra never hurts. And that mounts a little extra never hurts. And it gives, you get to ride a horse and it gives you 32% speed boost, which isn't
Have you
great.
seen the Barrowhounds nearby? Why do Barghest now haunt our fair lands?
So we get to go kill 4 Barghests. And right now we are in Freyrenn's Court. If I can bring it up. Yep, so Freyrenn's Court. So Freyrenn was the brother of Thorin, the younger brother of Thorin. And so this is Thorin. So Thorin and the dwarves named Freyrenn's Court after him. And Freyrenn, Thorin's brother, was actually killed by goblins in the battle just outside of Moria. So I have to kill the bears. Cool. And examine the sludge. Let's go attack the bears. The dying mountain bear. Need to die. But, okay. So if I bring up the map, it also shows us that we have to go kill the 4 bar guests. Yeah, so Frerin was killed outside of Moria when the first war between the orcs and between the goblins and the dwarves. And so Frerin was part of the vanguard. Him and his companions were driven back, and Frerin was killed just outside of Miromir in Moria. Just outside of Moria. So it's kind of cool that they put things in the game that if you're a really big fan of books and movies and watched them, you'll pick up on stuff. But also, if you don't know or care, then you're not missing anything. So I think it's just kind of a cool thing they put in there to show how much they pay attention to Tolkien and his works.
If the water of the river has been tainted, that explains it. Mounted springs should be the purest of water.
Especially in these parts, something must be causing the water to run foul. Will you explore the source of the river? Perhaps there will be evidence as to what causes the vile plague, because now we don't even know whether it's what is making my poor dwarf sick. If we can make the river run clean again, I have hope that for the animals and the snows here as well. Maybe Thorin's Hall won't be lost to sickness. Oh, while we're here, we'll finish this one.
Those dogs chill my heart.
And we get. So he's just thankful we killed the dogs. And we got some. So we'll put on the old ring and the shoulder pads. Shoulder guards. You know? So a little extra never hurt. So we have the horse, who's called Tiny. It's a little extra never hurt. So there are other mounts in the game. They typically give you I think a 62% speed boost is what's typical, so it doesn't quite double your speed. We also have to defeat the guards. You going the right way? Nope. I'll go this way first, I think. Can't fight on horseback yet. We can later in the game. I think it's around level 50 you unlock mounted combat. If you hit tab, you can select the next enemy. But also if they attack you, you'll automatically select them, or if you just hit an attack button, it'll select someone for you. So there's lots of ways. Learn your hotkeys. It makes things a lot easier.
Those are ill tidings.
So we talked to Elladan. Here's the twin brother Elrond here, or Elf Knight. Now,
I believe there may be hope for the sick dwarves yet.
cool, I got a title. Awesome. So we have another old ring, and we have a title unlocked. So if we hit C to bring up our character panel and then go to title, it says what we have. So depending on where you pick your backstory from, you'll be, so I can be Thorin Ithil of the Lonely Mountain, or I can be known as Thorin Ithil the Wary, which means I've reached the 5th level without being defeated in battle. We'll make that one active right now. So now if I select myself, and it says Thorin Ithil the Wary. So that's how I appear to everybody around me. Okay, so there's some whites here we have to defeat. So on the mini-map here, if they're a red dot, that means they're an enemy, and they will attack you on sight. But if you're more than, I think it's 10 levels higher than them, they don't. You just run around them. Let's collect the medicinal herbs. We're actually going to head down. Medicinal herb. Oh, title awarded. So you can click there and also brings up the titles. There's another. Here's Mountain White. Oh, somebody, I got interrupted because I got attacked while I was. Because I'm American, so I say herb. Don't pronounce the H. So I say herb the right way. Okay, them's fine words. Okay. Did I miss a medicinal herb? Oh, that's up there. Interact with this mossy shrine. Oh, there's an evil spirit. Oh no. Oh, he's saying something. You cannot defeat us. Tonight the Dwarf King shall walk again. So we better hurry back. Tell people what we saw. And as we're on our way back, the enemies will probably have respawned. So we fought our way down, and we're going to have to fight our way back out. Yep. Red dot appearing towards the entrance again. Just wait for the game to load. There we go.
Ah, you will be a hero to those dwarves.
Like the scale helmet because it's heavy armor.
These leaves can be crushed to make a powerful remedy.
Yep, we picked up SLS. So now I get to go back. I have to fight my way back. Also very generous with how much. Oh, trigger might go too close. The game is very generous with how close you can get without triggering the enemies to attack you. Especially compared to a lot of games, so. You can get pretty close without them attacking you. Okay, so we are on our way back. Oh, it's orange because it's level 10, I'm level 5, so I'd still likely get my butt kicked. But it's orange instead of red. I don't know if I did. I did not. Let's do melee chance or... Let's do melee critical chance first. Minor. Oh yeah, use the bedroll to get some rest. So you don't have to do this one. But this one, it's essentially just going to be a long movie. And you get to talk with Galadriel. So let's listen in.
Listen to my words. I am Galadriel, the Lady of the Golden Wood. Do not be afraid, friend dwarf. The friendship between our peoples has been strained, but I hope it is not being lost. I will not long disturb your sleep. I can visit you in dreams for only a short time. I have looked into my mirror and seen much that worries me. Let me show you.
Sorry about the mouse.
You are near to wakefulness. The last tendrils of sleep will soon release you. You ask why I wanted to show you this? It is for one reason. I saw you in my mirror. Not once or twice, but often. Whether you desire it or not, your fate is tied to that of Middle-earth. Do not forget my words when you awaken. The free peoples of Middle-earth will have need of you. You must not fail them.
See, that's all it was, but we did get to complete a quest. So we finish now.
Can this be?
Go ahead and give me that remedy to the sick dwarves. Go and give that remedy to the sick dwarves. Don't give it to him. He's not sick. Let's give it to Bogey. Give it to Cellular. And Owen. And Matthew. And let's talk to Dwalin again.
Dead is dead, in my opinion. What is this nonsense?
So then you just get to choose. Gimli. Let's see. If I'm basing it on Gimli, I don't know. I'm gonna go with olive. That's kind of the greenish color.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
So I accept it. And this is just letting me know that this is the last part of the introduction. So if there are any side quests I wanted to do, I have to do them now. But let's go.
It would seem that Gormr and the Dour Hands have allied themselves with evil, fell spirits of old, just as Skorgrím himself did long ago. Now Ivar the Bloodhand, a gaunt lord, threatens to sway the Dour Hands to evil with the terrifying ritual about to take place in Skorgrím's tomb.
There's evil in the air here.
Are you ready? Follow Dwalin. I should put on the rest of my armor. Too fast for you to walk and too slow for you to run next to them. But that's video games. What are you gonna do? You can turn off the names. Press N to turn names on and off, so I can see that a little bit better.
Ivar is too powerful.
Let's hurry. So we continue to follow Dwalin upstairs. And at this point, I'm just gonna run ahead because what happens? Just need to wait for them. Oh, we're too late. The ritual's already started. Skorgrím rises again. While the developers did do a really good job of adding in characters like Elladan, Elrohir. We get to see all of the Fellowship and Galadriel and Elrond. There are a lot of characters they make up and did a really good job with. Skorgrím is one of them, who is made up solely for the game. Doesn't exist in Legendary at all. But I still think they did a really good job making up their own characters and staying true to Tolkien. I think I was supposed to jump down, right? Yep, okay, good. It's like they betrayed me, and it's your fault.
To get out of here.
Flee the tomb of Dwalin. This time I don't want to run too far ahead because, shocker, the way's blocked. We'll have to find another way. There's Elladan and Elro here. Let's go. Elladan and Elro here like they need it. But at least they're not like in Skyrim, where, you know, running up to attack the giants first time. And then the companions are like, why didn't you help? And you're like, well, make fun of you for it. Elladan and Elro here. It's nice about not actually needing your help. Hey, they're behind me. Rolled up again. So what did I unlock? Oh, so that's a tank one where you get your enemies to attack you instead of your friends. Speaking of I leveled up, let's do this one. Bounce it out. And then next time, because we got 5 in this level, we unlock this level. Of course it did spawn in behind me again. Dwarves to fight. Shocker. And this game has a habit of making the AI run the wrong way before they go the right way. It happens all the time, and they don't know why. Something in their code makes them run the wrong way. Backtrack a little bit first. I don't know if they have to go back and hit trigger something. But yeah, it's kind of funny. It happens all throughout the game. So it's something in the code of the way of your escorts. I don't know why. think I'm still going the right way. They're just slow. But also to finish this mission, we're gonna have to talk to Dwalin at the entrance. So we have to wait for him anyways. And that's it for...
Let us leave these halls behind us.
And that is it for the Dwarven intro. So, finish now. And are you ready to leave? Yep. And I speak to Skogi to finish the intro.
What do you need?
Thornithel, it's about time. There's an important task I need to attend to, so pay attention. So we have milestones. So this is a travel skill. We can travel back to wherever we last bound. We can bind it with different milestones throughout Middle-earth and travel there once every hour. And it's not an in-game hour, it's a real-time hour. So if you log out for 2 hours, so if you use it, log out for 2 hours, log back in, you can use it right away. Milestone skill, you can bind it with different ones throughout Middle-earth and reputation. And new mail. I think that is what we will look at next time. So thank you for joining me. I hope to see you all again next time.